Hi, my fellow Pisces, and welcome to your monthly tarot reading. I'm Ashley Rose, and this is your monthly tarot reading for January 2022. Happy New Year! I am so excited to be here with you guys today. Jupiter's in Pisces, and I am just feeling extra spicy. I don't know. We're going to pull 7 cards for an overview of the month, an oracle card, 3 cards for our love life, 3 to clarify, and then an affirmation at the end. There's a lot going on at the beginning of this year. Last year, beginning of 2021, there was like this daunting feeling, this anxiety, nervous to like what this year was going to be because, the past 2020 was so difficult. But this year, I feel like, at least for me, 2021 helped me, remain present and get back into my presence of what that means to me. So as we start this new year, 22 being the master number of the builder, that is, what do we want to build? What are we going to put our energy into creating and keeping in the back of our minds? Like, what do we want to create? What do we want to build? Because what we put our energy into building this year, and this is amazing because it's all year long, that will really create a solid foundation for us to build and grow and expand and find security and comfort from. It'll be very fruitful for us to use our energy in the best way possible, as we have so many things working in our favor and kind of creating like a nice little safety net around us, especially this first month, because we start the month off with a new moon in Capricorn. New moons are a fresh start to a lunar cycle. They're about setting new intentions, starting new routines, setting new goals, really reflecting on what happened in the cycle, the 30 days beforehand, and what we're going to implement new and what can really work for us. With it being in the sign of Capricorn, we're in Capricorn season. In the beginning of the month and the end of the month, we go into Aquarius. But at the time of the new moon, we're in Capricorn season. And there's also Venus in retrograde is in Capricorn and a couple other things. But we have all this Capricorn energy working with us right now. And it's this energy of, when we think about Capricorns, they are the worker. They come up with the plan. They integrate the strategy. They figure out, the best way possible to do something to produce the results that we want to see. They're very great at taking their ideas and bringing them into this reality, and also just remaining grounded through the process of their aspirations and their dreams, which is something that we need right now since Jupiter is in Pisces and we're receiving all of these like spiritual downloads, messages. We're receiving a lot, and it could be very easy for us to be ungrounded, and especially because we're Pisces and we kind of teeter on like making our dreams a reality or escaping, that it's important for us to remain grounded throughout this process. But essentially the new moon is coming to help us really put in the work and like, not put in the work, but take what we see up here and come up with a plan for how we're going to make it happen here in the physical. Oh, look at that. I love it. I'm just gonna go. Sorry, to do what we're going to do here in the physical, because when January 13th comes around, we have Mercury in Pisces, Mercury is in retrograde, and that's going to be a time for us to go within and reflect and observe all of the things that aren't working for the goal that we're, the outcome that we want, right? So we're going to go within, we're going to disconnect to reconnect with ourselves, to really observe our behaviors, take a look at our patterns, how are we communicating our ideas, and how can we communicate our ideas more clearly to better represent the idea, to better represent the dream that we have. Which is going to be awesome, because when we come out of Mercury retrograde, it's going to be like all these things working together to help us achieve our goal. Then we have Venus in retrograde, so that our relationships are getting a makeover, especially because it is in Capricorn. So we're thinking about the ways that we're communicating. We're thinking about the work that we put into our relationship. How do we value each other? Where do we find value within our relationship? Do we have a, toxic relationship dynamic, or do we listen? Do we make each other feel valued, seen, and heard? Are we, this is an opportunity to get out of, those relationships that really aren't aligned with what we're doing and that are kind of holding us back more than they're helping us progress forward. I love this. Queen of Cups. We are present, baby. And okay. that High Priestess just wanted to pop up for a second just to say hey, just to say that she's around, you know. There's a lot going on, but she just wanted to say hey. What else do we have going on? We have Jupiter in Pisces. That's the lucky planet in our sign of, you know, the miraculous, our dreams, our spirituality, you know, things like that. And when we can harness them and use them together with all this work that we're implementing and tie it in with our spirituality, we can literally create magic, and then our manifestations start coming in a lot clearly. But we need to kind of get out some of that other stuff first. If we haven't watched my What's to Come in 2022 video, I talk about like major themes this year is balance, harmony, our spirituality, and our relationships, and the connection we have between all of those, deepening our connections with our spirituality so we can receive the insight and the messages that, you know, are coming to us about how to properly, you know, put in the work, how and what to do for, you know, our goals and our desires. And that's all aligned with our life purpose and our path. This is everything that's happening right now is to create that harmony. It's like a mind, body, soul connection, and we're deepening that. And it's like this, I can say this to Pisces because we're very spiritual, and everybody, you know, that's just our thing. You know, we're in tune with our spirit. It doesn't even need to be in a hippy dippy, like I astral project all the time way, but just like you listen to the natural rhythms of yourself and your spirit and your body, right? And so it's very easy for us to tap into those things and be mindful and listen and go within. And it's going to be a really good time for us to do those things this year that we are so good at, because it's kind of like our time to shine for a little bit. What else do we have going on? Also, I don't believe I said this, but this reading is for all Pisces signs, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. And this, anytime throughout the year you want to check this out throughout the month, you're like, what the hell is going on in January? That was a weird time. You can come back to this video and give it a little look, because it does feel like that. We're walking into 2022 feeling like we just came up out of a really long nap, and the universe is kind of like pressing play. It needed to pause us for a second to like learn all these lessons that we haven't been, because we're so disconnected from ourselves and so connected, I believe, to like technology and other things that are going on in the world, that we, you know, got away from what we really came here to do. So I feel like it's like a pressing a play again. But at first, there's so many things at our disposal, we don't really know what to do. And it's like that waking up, this like awakening, and this, like, it's like an energetic vibration, raising almost. And it's going to feel a little uncomfy. It's going to feel a little anxious. We're not really going to have a word to it right away. But as the year unfolds, I feel like we'll look back at this time with like kind eyes of just like, oh girl, you did not know what was going to happen, but we're excited for what's going to happen, right? I love this. So, this year's coming in hot, but I'm excited because there's so much energy to just tap into. If, you know, we're willing and we're ready for it. And it also like insight, like I'm really excited for this Mercury retrograde, because I don't think it's something that we are going to be experiencing very much like externally. It's chaos externally, I don't really think is going to be as big of a thing for us as is working on the internal and taking away what you really can to come back when everything's direct, to be like, okay, this is what I need to implement, this is what I'm ready to change, because this is my dream and this is going to get me over here and I'm over here. It's like we're very clearly seeing the vision of what 2022 has for us and where we are and how we're going to get to it and how far away we are from it. And we're like, okay, I got it. I received the message. It's time to go. Alrighty. So excited. We have the beginning of our month. We have King of Wands, the Sun. So we are like tuned in and tapped into our creative energy. And we're like, yes, honey, the Jupiter is in Pisces, and I am ready to align myself with my life passion. You are like filling yourself up with your sword. So we're like, you know, we're getting up excited in the morning. We're going after our dreams. We're believing in ourselves, and we're trusting our path. And that's so important to remember throughout this year, throughout this month, this, you know, this connection to our inner child, right? Because that's what the sun is symbolizing here, with this little child on this horse, and he's like naked, and that's our authenticity. That's what being naked in the tarot kind of represents in cards, is that authenticity and getting in touch with it. And the sun's all about keeping yourself pointed to, keeping your focus pointed in the direction of what nourishes you, what feeds your soul, what makes you light up. And it's like this King of Wands, and I feel they're like backwards to each other, but I feel like this is what goes on in his mind as the King of Wands, as he's leading his kingdom and coming up with ways to delegate and create new opportunities and new ways of abundance and new securities, and just things that motivate his the people of his kingdom as well, his community that he supports underneath him, right? And that's his inner child. It helps him, or the inner child, his connection to it has helped him built everything that he's created in his life now, and he can sit in this place of appreciation and gratitude and excitement for all that he can still continue to create, because he has this like pure tap to this side of himself, this sun. There's so much orange, that's our creative energy. There's so much yellow, that's joy. Green is healing. It's like our heart chakra and the color for healing. So we're healing ourselves by allowing our inner child to come out and play and not be scared of what they have to say and what they want to create. We're just allowing them to create authentically, right? It's taking away the layers that we learn from society and the world of who not to be, and allowing ourselves to just be. And that's why I think one of my favorite things about Pisces energy, though, is because we are so out of this world. We are our own world, and we can just do that. And this comes so naturally to us at the beginning of the month that I think that we might just kind of go over it and think that it's just us being us. But this is going to set a really good foundation for how the rest of this month is going to be set up, because we are sandwiched in between the King of Cups or the King of Wands and the King of Cups, and they're here supporting the whole message. And I love that the Queen of Cups is at the end, because it's like our intuition is guiding the whole way through, and our understanding of our beauty and what we have to offer this world. Again, that connection to our mind, body, and spirit working together in harmony, and allowing our spiritual self to be nourished and our physical self, right? So allowing our spiritual self to connect, to meditate, to listen to the messages that we're receiving, but then our physical self to also be nourished by implementing the work that we want to see in our lives and going after the dreams that we really desire, right? So these things, these energies are supporting us together. And I love here is this Seven of Swords at the bottom. I need to talk about it, because it's like our doubt is leaving us, right? Like we're not doubting, we're not playing games, we're not deceiving ourselves from what we can really do. We're not escaping from our dreams. We're looking them in the eyes, and we're having the confidence to go after it. We're like, I see it, I'm running towards you. I'm not running away. I'm not trying to hide. I'm not trying to, self-sabotage my way out of having something I really desire. I'm going for it. Excited with, filled with energy. And what's underneath this is the 10 of Pentacles. So I love that. That's the security and the abundance that we've been working to cultivate. This is our vision of the future that we see. And we see it. We're no longer running away from it. We're running to it. We have next is the 7 of Pentacles. So we are taking stock of what we're building. We're taking stock of the work that we put in, and we're appreciating how far we've gotten, because sometimes it's really hard for Pisces, is that, we are so spiritual and we are so tuned in to so many things that aren't of this world. It's so hard for us sometimes to remember that we still are a part of it. Does that make sense? And because we operate on a little bit of a different system, and so our successes and our achievements aren't on the same scale as everybody else, and they look a little bit different. And it's important for us this month to take a step back and reflect on the work that we've done and how far we've gotten to this point, because Mercury retrograde is going to come, and we're going to go within and we're going to reflect and take that break that we need. But it's important to celebrate the small victories along the way. I forget what podcast I was listening to, or maybe it was, I don't mean to flipping you off. I can't remember what it was, but it was talking about taking an opportunity to celebrate even the small things is like a reminder. it's like a proof of evidence that you've done something right to yourself, right? Like when somebody gets a job promotion, when, you know, big things, milestones in our brain, when we celebrate the small stuff, like say you launched a new product for your website, right? That was a really big thing. That was a really big thing for you to come to. You created it, you brought this baby into life. And some people might just like, you know, we're so used to moving forward in one direction and in achieving all these dreams that we're just gonna like kind of braze on over it. But no, take a moment, celebrate it, put some candles on a cake and make it a memory so your brain has physical or has proof to itself that you did something and you are successful and you can keep succeeding, and this confidence will just kind of snowball, right? Because our brains are so good at coming up with all the evidence as to why we can't do something and why we should doubt ourselves. But we need to give it the evidence that we can do it, and we use our mind and creativity in a way that's, you know, positively impactful to our future, right? So we're using it in a way to come up with new ideas, come up with new strategies, come up with something that just makes us exciting. I've used this this example a lot, but like, you know, knitting. That if that is a way that your mind likes to get creative and come up with new designs and new patterns and new textures together, and you use it and you create something, you create a freaking scarf, and it is the most amazing scarf you've ever created in your life, and it brings you joy, and that's something to celebrate that you created that. And it doesn't need to be, you know, it doesn't need to be anything bigger. It can be if you wanted to, but it's the small things, because we got a lot going on this year, and it's going to be important that we take this opportunity this month as we have this little cushion and this little kind of like we're waking up state, right? To implement that foundation now. Because right, look at him, he has got blue and orange, and again, that's your mind and creativity. It's your mind and creativity, it's your intuition, and allowing that to lead the way and allowing that to be what you create from. Because look at you, you got this full bush here, and you got one more to go. And you could sit there, and he's got his purpose. Like he's resting on his purpose. You are putting in, you are working. Do you know you are already aligned with the work that you're doing that's aligned with your purpose and your path and why you came here to do it. Look at this King of Wands. This is him working on the kingdom that he built for himself, holding in his hand, knowing how true it is when you keep putting in that work and you keep following your desire, okay? So yeah, there's a little mountain, there's like a little molehill in the background, in the back. So whatever doubt you feel, that's such a tiny little blip on your journey, you gotta keep moving, we gotta keep moving it forward. Because in the middle of our reading, we have the Five of Cups in reverse, and I love this for us because we are releasing that grief, we are releasing that doubt, we are, you know, releasing this attachment to these old dreams that we had for ourselves, that meant that we would be something if we achieved them. But we are something as we are. We are a spiritual being, and we came here to do that, be a spiritual being and create a life that is aligned with our desires. And that's all we have to do at the end of the day. And so this Five of Cups being in reverse, we are releasing ourselves from all of that baggage and all that weight we have been putting on our shoulders for years, all these expectations of who we need to be, what we need to be, what we need to do, how we need to do it. We're releasing it. And that's what we're going through during this Mercury retrograde, because I feel like it's going to be a turning point in our month that, you know, to let some of that grief go. And all these achievements that we've made can kind of overcome this grief that we've felt in the past, because we've done it now. What we thought we couldn't do, what people said we wouldn't be able to do, what we wouldn't be able to achieve, who we'd be able to become, we are those people. And we can do it because we want it and we see it and we know within our hearts that we can do it, right? Because the Five of Cups here, this is like this is like dreams that have fallen over, relationships you're not paying attention to, everything's all out of whack, all out of balance here. But when we flip this upside down, we give ourselves the freedom to be ourselves, to express ourselves freely, to operate on a level that is, you know, way more enjoyable to our soul. We're no longer chained to these things from the past. We have, after this, we have the Four of Cups in reverse, and this is like an offering from the universe. This is like ask and you shall receive type card, or ask and it is given, because we have everything here that we're working towards, but in reverse, everything that we're working towards, we're not exactly grateful for it, so we ask the universe for more. And that this being in reverse, we are grateful for what's going on in our life, and we're not needing this validation from the universe to prove to us that, you know, we're on the right path and we're doing the right thing. We are trusting it, and we are harnessing what it means to trust ourselves and trust our vision and trust our dreams as we're going for it. You know, I say to Virgos all the time, I'm bringing them up because they're opposite. They doubt the work that they can put in to their life, right? Which is so interesting, because that's what they came here to do, is to work. And anywhere that they apply their energy and they apply their mind, they will build something that works for them in their life, and they'll create security and abundance. I think that's the things that the earth signs are looking for in their life. And the same thing goes for us. We have such a clear vision of the future, and we can see so many things, and we're so tapped in and in tune to nature and the universe around us that sometimes we doubt those abilities. And it's so crazy, because it's the thing that is so innately easy to us, but we doubt them because other people don't understand it, or they can't validate our experience. But we are here to validate our own experience this month and say that, no, I see this vision for myself. I can do it. I can achieve it. And I am ready to put in the work to achieve those things. And that's going to help with this imbalance that we're feeling within ourselves, right? Where we're not trusting where our ideas are coming from. We're not trusting where our desires are leading us. And that's creating this imbalance of energy. And that's where we are going to choose to connect to our spirituality and come back to our vision, come back to what we know never leads us in the wrong way, and that's our intuition, trusting our gut, right? We have the Queen of Cups here at the very end, and she's telling us that she's got her back turned to this imbalance that we feel, this injustice in our life going on right now. And she balances us out in having hope and inspiration and faith in our dreams and what we're doing. That, yeah, there's stuff that we're going through in this little, it's like a clearing of this energy, really, but we can do it. We can conquer it, because we are the Queen of Cups. We are our emotions. We are our dreams, and they can be reality, and we feel things deeply, and they are real to us in our existence. And it's important to see them as strengths and not as a weakness, and not as something that's going to stop us from achieving everything that we want, but that can also be a support system and like a helping hand along the way. What else has she got going on here? She's sitting on a solid throne, so we're solid. The Queen and the King, both solid thrones. Look at this couple here. They're literally creating magic with what they can do in this month, and I love that. So tap into both of them. We have for our Oracle card, take a break, a life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. Yeah. So stop feeling like we need to keep running, going, figuring things out, whatever it is. Take a break, rest, relax, restore, reflect on everything that you've done and all the work that you're putting in, because again, it's a treadmill. In Pisces, that we are the oldest sign of the zodiac, and I feel like the whole part for us here is to be on a journey. And it's not like we're not Leos where we're gonna attain this success right away, and we are on a journey. Our whole life is a lesson for us to learn and for our souls to grow from. And so we're just going to do that overnight, and we're just going to, we can create all these amazing things, not to say that we're not going to be successful and have the stuff that we desire, but we will. But the reason of it is a journey, and the reason of it is to have all these beautiful moments along the way. So take a break from trying to get everything right now. You're going to have everything. It's already put out into the universe. What you ask for, you will receive. So, enjoy what you got going on, but we are this month, because we're going to give ourselves the freedom to do that. I do want to take a quick, sorry, this is a longer read. All right, take a break. A life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. It's okay to take a break and enjoy your creations, to take a moment from your busy schedule to get off the treadmill of life, to appreciate and acknowledge all that you have created, achieved, released, or experienced before rushing on to the next thing, to be in the moment and enjoy where you are, to take a breath and regather your mind, body, and spirit, to recalibrate, appreciate, and celebrate, to decide on what you really want, what you really want to experience next. If you take a moment, you are not going to miss out. Perhaps you have just completed a big project, manifested something significant in your life, released an old way of being, or just burning the candle on both ends. Now is the time to take some time out before rushing on to the next thing. You did it. Enjoy yourself and recalibrate. Go on vacation, book a massage, take long walks in nature, go away for a rejuvenating weekend to recharge and replenish. Yes, I love that. So maybe during Mercury retrograde, that's our plan, that's our duty, is to kind of just take a break, because we have come a long way. We've worked through so many things. What we were just talking about at the very beginning of this, that, you know, going into 2021 was a very different feeling than 2022. And even 2020, we had to unlearn it and reprogram so many things that I don't even think we've taken a second, you know, especially us being Pisces, because we can dream it and we can see it. We see all these things coming into place that we haven't fully reflected on how far we've come. So if things don't feel like they're moving a lot for you this month, they're not really supposed to. This is time to take in, to Mercury retrograde, and go within and find all that connection again, and celebrate, you know, what you have done and the work that you have put in, because it's been a lot. We don't need to keep going. We're not in 2019 anymore. This is not the way the show goes. You know, take the time, connect with a new dream, come up with a new idea, because, you know, that's like part of it too, right? Like when we finish a manifestation, sometimes, you know, the work to it is more exciting than when you actually have it, because then that means a new journey begins. And sometimes that can be scary, but it's exciting because it's a new opportunity for growth and expansion. So take this time this month as an opportunity to grow and expand, but also reflect and replenish what you're doing, and just take a break. And, you know, allow yourself to be okay with having a break. It's okay. We're Pisces. We like to enjoy all experiences in life. Now we're going to get into our love reading. Sorry, this reading's really long. We have finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now with the 10 of Wands in reverse. Retreat. The time has come to clear your energy with the retreat. Release your ex. Well, maybe some retreating. The time has come to clear your energy. 5 of Swords in reverse. And we have free yourself. It's time to take control back of your life. Ace of Wands. I love that. So when it comes to our love life, there's a lot of good energy. There's some things that we need to clear out, like finances and career, but, you know, they've got the 10 of Wands in reverse. I think like that just comes from seeing what's going on and how we can really like take some stress off of what's going on. Could be just having them, you know, stable finances and whatnot, but that's really nothing to be big. And then we have release your ex with the 5 of Swords in reverse. Maybe like the, you know, some of the old behavior that we used to, you know, take part in, the manipulation, the deception when it came to our relationships. We have outgrown that, and that's something to reflect on and give yourself a pat on the back. And so it's time to release that energy, release that ex, whatever it is that's clouding it. Maybe some of that even has to do with our finances, holding on to things in the past, not feeling like we can really provide for our relationship in a way that makes us feel secure and comfortable. And then we have free yourself, Ace of Swords. These are new ideas, new inspirations. Again, new ways of communicating. So give yourself that freedom to kind of play around in your relationships a little bit. And this is really, overall, I feel like this is more of a solo journey for us this month, really working through these energies. But when it comes to love life, you know, keep it light, keep it fun, trust your intuition on what's going on, and just allow yourself to be free, right? And love, free yourself came up in our love reading, and then with the 5 of Cups being in the middle here, come on. Freedom is clearly essential to us this month. And, you know, maybe, I love that it is, because this take a break to realize the freedom that you've created in your life, because Pisces are very good at being in relationships, environments, and spaces where we are not free and we are restricted, because we are trying to, you know, be there and help other people, and we've helped ourselves. And it's time to celebrate that we helped ourselves, and we have ourselves on the path to a future that satisfies us and not other people. And let's snap to that. All right. Let's get an affirmation going. What is it? It is, when I'm patient, I let the universe do for me what I cannot do for myself. Yes. Be patient, enjoy yourself, reflect on all the change that you've made for your life, because that's amazing. Look at patient, be patient. Take a break. Come on. The universe is doing it for us. Jupiter's in Pisces. We got all these things working for us. So if everything's working for us, we can take a second to connect with us and say, good job, girl. Okay? I love you guys. That's where I'm leaving it. I will catch you later on the daily tarot readings. If you'd like to know more about me, you can check out my website or follow me on Instagram. I would love that. The links are in the description. Otherwise, have a happy January, you guys.